and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new. If it's your first time here, my name is Francesca. Hello, and here on my channel I make Sims 4 speed build videos. So in today's video I'm going to be building a small family home in the world of Nordhaven or Nordhaven. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this is the world that comes with the most recent expansion pack, The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies. And this house ends up having 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and I feel like 3 bedrooms for a small house like this one is quite a lot, but surprisingly I managed to fit 3 bedrooms in this home, which is not a tiny home because it's got way too many tiles to be considered a tiny home. But as you can see, it looks very tiny on the outside, but on the inside we have a lot going on. We have a living room, a dining room, a pretty spacious kitchen with an island, and I could also fit a washing machine and a dryer. So yeah, nothing really is missing. Like, we have everything on the inside despite this house looking so small on the outside. And I am building on a 20 by 20 lot, and I'm building backwards because basically the lighting in the front of the lot, awful, so dark, couldn't see the colors. So I decided to build backwards because the lighting here was so much better. And I think this is something that happens a lot in The Sims. Like, for some reason, a lot of the lots in the game, the lighting in the front is bad and the lighting in the back is actually very good. So yeah, I think that from now on I'm gonna build backwards. But anyway, I am building in the more modern neighborhood of this world. So basically, if you're not familiar with the world of Nordhaven, this world comes with 2 different neighborhoods. One is more traditional, and there we have basically like older looking buildings, whilst this neighborhood is more modern, and here we have a lot of industrial looking buildings. And the idea that I had in my head for this particular house was to go for a traditional house that was looking traditional on the outside, but I wanted to add some of that industrial vibe to it, because I want you to look at this house and be like, yeah, I think that this house could belong in this neighborhood. So I didn't want to build something that was looking too traditional, but this house could potentially belong to another neighborhood, maybe in the world of San Sequoia or maybe Willow Creek. So yeah, the idea was to build a traditional family home with some of the industrial vibe that we have in this neighborhood. And so basically what I did was to use this brick wallpaper from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. And by the way, this new brick wallpaper is like my favorite brick wallpaper because it just looks so good, especially in this swatch. And instead of going for a very modern window or industrial looking windows like we see in this neighborhood, I decided to use this love struck window, and I decided to go for a black swatch. And by the way, this love struck window comes in 2 different sizes, and yeah, I used them both in this house. And yeah, I decided to go for a black swatch because to me, a black swatch in a window paired with a brick wallpaper makes the house look industrial. Maybe that's because I see a lot of buildings in this neighborhood that have brick wallpaper and black windows, and maybe that's why I think that, but I really like the way they look together. And as you can see right now, basically I'm placing down a curtain rod, which is from the Desert Lax kit, because to me, the windows looked fine, but I wanted to have a kind of like a wooden accent to the windows because I don't know, I thought that it looked a little bit better than just to have the windows being just black, if that makes sense. And for the front of the house, to achieve that industrial look or to get more of that industrial vibe that I was going for, I placed down some pipes from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, and also I decided to use this trim from the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack, which looks very industrial, but I think it's just perfect for this house. I really like how it looks. And by the way, I want to mention that I was looking at a reference picture when I was building. I'm gonna find a picture and I'm gonna pop it up on the screen now. So as you can see, the house in the picture looks a lot like this house, but that's because I was really like just trying to replicate the house in the picture, because when I saw it, I was like, I think that this house would look so good in this neighborhood, because I think that it's a perfect family home, but it's got that industrial vibe, and I think it's perfect for this neighborhood. So I was just trying to replicate it because I really liked it. And even like the landscaping, I was trying to replicate that landscaping, which looks very polished, very clean. And even the pathway in the front of the house, you could see before, I basically used this tile from the Horse Ranch expansion pack to create a pathway instead of using terrain paint, because I feel like every single time I try to create a pathway, I use terrain paint because I try to, make the pathway look more windy. But in this case, I decided to use the tile from the Horse Ranch expansion pack, and to create that curved piece, I basically used this floor piece that you can place down and you can paint with whatever flooring you want, and that helped to create that curved area, because otherwise with tiles you can't really have like a curved area. You can make like diagonal areas, pieces, but you can't make curved areas with tiles. But anyway, as you can see right now, I'm working on the backyard of the lot. So the backyard is very small, but I love furnishing small backyards because they are so cozy and so cute. Obviously, it makes sense that we have a small backyard because we're still in the city center and we're not in a suburban area, so we don't have a very big backyard. But I had so much fun furnishing this small backyard. So I placed down a washing line here, as you can see, because in this area of the backyard I thought it looked a little bit empty, so I wanted to have something, and so that's why I placed down a washing line. But yeah, in the backyard I also placed down some fairy lights, which are from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, because I placed down these trees, which again are from the same pack, that have fairy lights wrapped around them. And so I thought that having some fairy lights would have made the backyard of this house cozier. And so I just really like the look of it. And also in the backyard we have a dining table with some chairs and a grill in case your Sims want to have a barbecue. And I also placed down the cooler from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack because it's so cute. And when I saw that item when the expansion pack came out, I was like, this item, it's the cutest thing that I've ever seen and I want to use it. And so I thought that it looked very cute in this backyard. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the backyard. We have some planters. I mean, it's very small, as I said. And as you can see right now, I'm working on the inside of this house. So for the inside of this house, I decided to go for a wood floor, which is from, again, the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. I feel like I used a lot of stuff from this new pack, but it makes sense because every time we have a new pack, I honestly just try to use a lot of items and all the stuff that comes with this new pack because it's new stuff, and so I would just want to use them. And yeah, as you could see before, I was furnishing the entryway. So the entryway, I forgot to mention that the front door is actually from the base game, and I love that front door. It's like my new favorite door ever. And yeah, so in the entryway and also in the front porch, I placed down a welcome mat from the For Rent EP, and also that little cute house number from the Love Strike expansion pack, which I love that item. Like, it's such a small detail, but I think it just makes the build look more realistic. And I forgot to mention also that on the outside I placed down some trash cans, again from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, and a car, because yeah, we have a driveway, a fake driveway of course, because we can't have cars in the game. But yeah, as I was saying, I was furnishing the entryway. So in the entryway we have a side table. Like this is like my classic family side, not sideway, what am I saying? Yeah, but yeah, I was furnishing the entryway, so I placed down some like a side table. That is what I wanted to say. But yeah, so a side table with, and I cluttered it up. I placed down some keys. Like I tried to make this house as lived in as possible and as realistic as possible. And as you can see right now, I'm adding some touches to the backyard because I forgot that I wanted to add like a football ball and a rugby ball on the outside, because I'm thinking that the teenager, because I was thinking that this family is made of a set of parents and a child and a teenager, and I'm thinking that a teenager is into sports. So that's why I went back and I placed down some balls, like the football ball and the rugby ball. And yeah, but I was saying that before I was furnishing the entryway, and then I moved to the dining room. And so basically, I used a lot of this stuff from the businesses and hobbies expansion pack. I placed down the dining table from the new pack with the matching chairs, and I really like the way the dining room turned out because it's so tiny, but we also have this like cabinet which is from the base game, and I tried to make it seem as if there's like TV in the cabinet, because this is something that we have in my house, and I feel like it's something that, maybe this is what I think at least, it's so common in family homes to just have like TV on a cabinet in the dining room, because to me it's so realistic that you want to have a TV while in your dining room because you want to watch TV while you eat, or at least this is how I grew up. And I grew up always watching TV while I'm eating dinner or lunch. We always have our TV on whenever we eat to watch the news. So I thought that it was a realistic touch. And as you could see before, I was furnishing the bathroom. So for the bathroom of this house, I wanted to use the new sleek bathroom kit that came out recently, even though that kit is very modern. But I feel like this house on the inside, it's just not too traditional looking. I tried to go for furniture that wasn't too old, if that makes sense. So I thought that the sleek bathroom kit was still fine, even though this house is not like that modern. And so basically what I did for the bathroom, I placed down the new shower, and we also have like this glass, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a glass separator divider for showers. And I also decided to basically sink the platform. So I created like this shower area by sinking a little bit the area, if that makes sense, by using a platform. And then also I placed down the new toilet, and we have this like shelf from this new kit, which is so cute. It's supposed to, I think, go behind the toilet, and you can clutter it up. And I used the new plant from that kit, which is so cute. And by the way, I have to warn you, but I used that plant a lot in this house because I fell in love with that plant. It's the perfect plant. I don't know, it's perfect. I love it so much. So thank you for creating that plant. And anyway, as you can see right now, I'm furnishing the kitchen. So as I told you before, the kitchen turned out very big. I think like it's a big kitchen for a house that it's supposed to be a small house, you know what I mean? But I'm so in love with the kitchen. I decided to go for this cabinet and counters, which are from the base game, but I decided to go for this black swatch, because I don't know, for the interior of this house, I kind of wanted to have a dark color scheme, because on the outside we have a pretty dark color scheme. I mean, we have black windows, we have a dark brick, so I still wanted to continue that dark color scheme on the inside as well, and that's why I went for dark wood flooring. And I mean, the wallpaper, which is from, I believe, the Basement Treasures kit, is not that dark, but I think this house needed some contrast. It needed some light wallpaper. And yeah, but I decided to go for this, counter in a dark color, in a dark color swatch, which I love the countertop as well. And the fridge that I placed down instead is from the Home Chef Hustle, and the stove is actually from a different pack. I didn't do the matching fridge and stove because the stove is from the Life and Death expansion pack, but I really like it because the details are in gold as the handles of the counter. And so yeah, I really like the way the kitchen turned out. I cluttered it up. And also, by the way, one thing that I did was to basically place down this, it's like a vase, a wicker basket, not vase, but a wicker basket from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. And I sized it down and I placed it on top of the island. And inside this basket, I placed down a bottle, because I don't know if you like, if it's just me, but sometimes when you buy like a bottle of wine, sometimes it comes with like a package which it's like it's inside something. And so I try to make it seem as if someone bought that bottle of wine, but that bottle of wine came like in a nice package, if that makes sense. And yeah, and I place it down on the island. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the kitchen. I mean, I use a lot of the things that I usually use in the kitchen, like some, I don't know, the dine out vases, and the, yeah, I think my usual stuff that I usually do in the kitchen, because I feel like we need a kitchen kit, because I'm honestly tired of the clutter that we have in the game for kitchens, because I feel like I always tend to use the same clutter for all my kitchens, but because I feel like we never have enough clutter for kitchens. So I'm really hoping for a kitchen clutter kit maybe. Since we are getting a lot of kits recently, I feel like we should honestly get also a kitchen clutter kit. But anyway, as you can see right now, I'm furnishing the living room. So this living room basically was a problem when I was playtesting because it wasn't functional at all. Like, my sim couldn't sit on the couch, she couldn't light the fireplace. And so I was like, okay, so I have to redo the not the kitchen, sorry, the living room. And so I had to move like some stuff around. For example, I'm going to place down like the pillows from the Comfy Gamer kit. And basically that pillow which your sim can sit on it, but it was preventing my sim from sitting on the couch, so I had to move them. And basically I had an issue with the coffee table. The coffee table was too close to the fireplace, and I don't know why, to me it doesn't look too close. I tried to scoot it a little bit closer to the couch, but still my sim wouldn't want to use the fireplace. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to delete this coffee table and I'm going to swap it for another coffee table. So I decided to basically delete this coffee table, which is from the, I think, Growing Together expansion pack. And then I used the coffee table from the Tiny Living stuff pack, and I used one in like a normal size, and then I sized another one down because I thought that this living room needed like a longer coffee table, because the one from the the tiny living, I'm getting confused right now. Tiny living stuff pack, that one is very tiny, of course, and it's rounded. But to me, this living room needed a longer coffee table, so that's why I placed down two of them, and one of them was sized down. And after that, the coffee table was smaller, so my sim could use the fireplace and she could sit on the couch. And yeah, beside that, in the living room, I placed down some couches, which are from the Cozy Kish kit. Honestly, I am so like confused by all these new kids because we have a new kid every week. So I'm trying to like memorize all the names. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so sorry if I am not getting the names correctly of the kids, but we have so many kids at this point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called the Comfy Kish Kit, Cozy Kish Kit. And I love that couch, and I love the fact that that couch comes with a love seat and a three-seated couch, which is perfect. But in this house in particular, I didn't use the three-seated couch because it was too big for that living room. And then also in that living room, I ended up placing down some basically dog toys because I also placed down a pet bowl in the dining room. So I'm thinking that this family maybe have a dog. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. And as you can see right now, I moved on and I'm furnishing the hallway, the upstairs hallway. Actually, I was furnishing the upstairs hallway. And one problem that I had when I was playtesting that hallway was that my sim couldn't get upstairs because I placed down a vase with a sunflower in it, and that vase was preventing my sim from going upstairs, so I had to delete it. But one thing that I did for that hallway basically was to use this step, which is actually a table from the Comfy Kish Cozy Kish Kit, and on top of that step I placed down this box which is supposed to be from Seasons, and it's a box for decorating the exterior of your house. And I don't know, I thought it was like a cute realistic touch. And also basically in the hallway I also placed down this, it's like a not a hamp it's like a hamper, it's like a hamper with clothes, and it's from the high school years expansion pack, and I placed that down in next to the teenagers bedroom because I'm thinking that maybe like they left some dirty clothes on the outside for the mom or the dad to pick up and wash them. I feel like this is something so realistic. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes I do that and I feel guilty because I know I should probably wash my own clothes, but I have like a hamper full of dirt clothes in my room, and whenever I have to do the laundry, I just bring that hamper to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, these are the clothes that I have to wash, and I leave it like in the hallway. So I think that was a realistic touch. I'm like thinking about what I would do because whenever I have to build realistic family homes, I try to think like, what do I have in my house? Like things like that, you know? So I try to make it as realistic as possible. But anyway, as you can see right now, I'm furnishing the child's bedroom. So basically for this family, I was thinking that the set of parents have, two children. So one is a teenager and the other one is a kid. And this kid basically is into chemistry, is into like math, is into space, is he's very smart. He's very smart, and so I try to convey that message with this bedroom, and that's why I'm placing down a lot of posters which have like space stuff on them, and yeah, a lot of like space related items. And I also placed down this poster from the high school years expansion pack with that table, not that table, that, sorry, I don't know what you call that. It's like a chemistry thing. I don't know what you call that in English. I know what you call it in Italian, but I don't know the name in English, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, I'm cluttering this room up a lot because I love whenever I am furnishing like children's rooms or teenagers' bedrooms, I like to clutter them up a lot because I don't know, I think especially for this one, I'm thinking that the teenager is very messy, like she leaves like dirty clothes on the outside of her bedroom for her mom to clean. And yeah, I'm thinking like it's a girl and she's into sports, but she's very messy. She's honestly very messy. She doesn't care about makeup at all. She doesn't like to clean her stuff. She just, this is what I was thinking for the teenager of this house. And yeah, so she's like into sports. That's all that she loves to do. And she likes football, she likes basketball, she likes rugby or American football. And so yeah, and I tried to, you know, place down a lot of like balls, like a soccer ball, as you could see before in the backyard, but also in this room I'm going to place down some other balls as well. And I used the lamp, which is from the base game, that has the soccer ball. And yeah, and by the way, I didn't say this, but I'm furnishing the teenager's bedroom. I feel like I got lost for a second because I was talking about the kids' bedroom and then I just jumped to the teenager's bedroom without warning, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, as you can see right now, I'm furnishing the teenager's bedroom, and yeah, I'm placing down like some stuff that would belong to someone that loves sports. And as you could see before, even in the kids' bedroom, I placed down some trophies which are from the basement treasures kit. And I'm thinking that that kid is very smart and he participated in like chemistry competitions or math competitions. Like I think in the US we don't have that here in Italy, but in the US I feel like you have like some in school, like competitions, like math competitions. And so yeah, I was thinking that those trophies were from those competitions that the kid won. And even in here I placed down like some shelves with some trophies on them because I wanted to make it seem as if this teenager instead won a lot of, soccer stuff and maybe like other sports competitions. And so now they have a lot of trophies in their room. And yeah, as you can see, now I'm placing down some bowls, as I said before, and basically the bed that I used for this teenager room is from the season's expansion pack. But the idea that I had in my head, I didn't want to give this teenager a very like colorful room. I wanted to go for a very plain bed because this teenager, they don't care about the bedspread, the color. Like their room is just simple furniture, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to match, it doesn't have to be pretty. And that was the idea that I was trying to convey with that bedroom. Like that teenager doesn't care at all about aesthetics. Their room could be a mess and they don't care that the furniture matches. So I tried to go for a very plain bed because they just keep a very simple bedspread, and even the room, it's not like that colorful as I would try to do for a teenager. I don't know why I have this idea that teenagers' room are very colorful, but anyway, as you can see right now, I'm furnishing the parents' bedroom, and here instead we have that dark color scheme that we have going on throughout the entire house. And so I placed down the new businesses and hobbies bed, and I also used this couch, which is also from the businesses and hobbies expansion pack, and I love it. But I don't think I used it in my previous build when I was building the pottery shop and studio tattoo parlor. I think I wanted to use it, but I don't think I used it. And I love the idea of having a throw blanket on that couch. And yeah, honestly, whenever I do parents bedrooms, I think I try to keep them like very very simple. Like I don't go for a lot of colorful stuff. And yeah, so as you can see now, I'm cluttering up the chest of drawers, which is actually from the high school years expansion pack, which is weird because I never used high school years stuff in the parents' bedrooms. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way this room turned out because I really like the color scheme in here. And I also placed down a guitar because I'm thinking that maybe the dad is into music. I don't know why I had this idea in my head. But yeah, anyway, we have reached the end of the video. So I hope you guys like this build. If you did, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope I'm gonna see you in my next speed build video. Bye!